Getting off my butt, going for a walk. That's 64 right there, and this is Pioneer Park. Just such an appealing look under these, being able to park under these trees. God, it's just, I'm over there where there's just zero trees for anybody. The only good thing is, / bad thing is that nobody's getting it. So you're not like jealous of somebody or everybody's fighting over that person's spot or anything. There's not one single spot with shade. It's just ridiculous. Pioneer Park. It's well kept. It's a nice park, man. Free. Come out here at night and drive to the middle of that field on my scooter and just look up at the sky and see many stars. Not as many as you'd like, though, to be honest with you. You still... it's just... It's not like being out west. Skies probably aren't quite as crisp. I've seen somebody maybe parked under here. This would obviously, they don't have hookups there. But still. And there was a band one night. They had the Watermelon Festival here. Played till 10 o'clock at night. Some dude from Nashville. Definitely not a well-known name, but he was a probably somebody you see in the clubs on Broad Street there or whatever. But I was amazed because I played up at the Charlotte's Web pub and got home by like 8:30 and took care of some things. He was still playing. I walked over, took the scooter over, and he was still playing for another hour almost. Good enough. Real music. Hello. That guy, he's from where I live, where I'm staying. He's yeah. I tried selling him one day when I finally switched to Visible Wireless or something like that. But it's owned by Verizon, but for some reason it's cheaper and with unlimited data. Shit. So anyway, I was trying to sell. They gave me a little code, so if you're interested, let me know in the comments. And I will give you my code, and that just gives me like 20% off for a month or something. And you or something. It just helps. It helps. If you heard it here, that's the way I play. You know, if I find a site or a channel that I like, I'll buy their t-shirt just or whatever is coolest, a hat or a t-shirt, you know. You wonder, you know. It's like this all goes for this. The next thing you know, yeah, I'm down here on the Gulf of Mexico. Look at this new car. This is a 71. It's like, got it. Gotta get me mine. Not really. I would never. That's why Larry Bird famously, back before all this horse shit started, but right on the cusp, when he won like the first 3-point contest, they're like, who's this going to? And I didn't actually witness this, but because who cares? And it wasn't as accessible back then, but he said famously, the Larry Bird Fund. You know? The guys who are considered kind of irascible are just being honest. You know? They got some sort of thing over here for peacocks or maybe even vultures. Straight in here to the right a little bit, that section. They were doing something. I came down here one time, they had it all roped off because they were shooting vultures or something. And of course I went through the thing and technically I guess was in danger, which is really nothing to fool around with when it comes to firearms. I was where that truck is over there, and there was like something across the road, but it was nebulous enough that I'm like, I didn't get out of my car, and I wouldn't get out of my car and move something and go. So I didn't have to get out of my car. So I'm like, maybe that they haven't taken it down, you know. And then it was a classic. I talked to a rec guy here doing weed whacking shit, but it was huh? I got that. It's like, yeah, I got it, dude. It was fun. Fun was had. Ultimately, see, that's pretty nice. I mean, that's all you need, dude. All that space. You can set up food underneath on the around the edges. Ventilation. Boom. You get a party. There's gators out there. Could be on the trail ahead too, but I don't know if they'd come up this far. They can go down right here on the edge. Yeah, trying to debate whether it's gonna say it's low, but I doubt it. It has rained pretty regularly. But I would think it possibly gets up to the. We'll hopefully I won't see. I don't really want to be here for that. No offense against the area, it's fine, but time to move on. It's right there. Freaking fire ants. Yeah, if I was to accidentally cut through that with these shoes, it would be a mad scram. That's what sucks about them being strapped on like that. It's not even a quick release. I'd have trouble getting that left foot off. It'd be painful. It would be painful. And it's just a matter of standing there and whacking them off. Do not fool around with the fire ants. It is nice. I mean, it's pretty much not a ton going on to kind of keep riffraff around, but Wauchula is not too far up that road. I ride the e-bike up there. Anything I feel I can get in the backpack if I'm going to Winn-Dixie. It's about 4 miles at the most. Closest Publix is about a half hour. I'm not sure if the Arcadia, which is right down 17 over here, is only 21 miles or 30. I want to say it's, but that's a pretty straight road. You might have a few lights, but you're going to be going over 60. And but I go to Sebring's got, if I'm gonna go to Publix, which is, it's only a few things I would actually make a day, otherwise it would be just chance or nothing that important. There's a couple things that I do like stock up on, but I'll get lunch at Chipotle or something, you know. Just looks like a gator right there in the foreground going under. His eyes. The way you can tell a lot of times is you got the eyes kind of a slightly elongated sliver, and then the nose might be a little nubby. A bigger gator, they're probably both going to stay prevalent. And there are some big ones. They're not showing themselves right at the moment here. So we'll pick up back over there, cut around. That's where my I go in. You can see right there. That light patch is the sand that I used to park my kayak on. So it's from the rain, that's covered now. And you go right up into this, that's like the walkway. Yeah, it's a little harrowing. There are definitely gators over there. Or thereabouts, I guess, which is which makes it more fun because you really don't know exactly where. Once they go underwater, that's what makes it so spooky. Look at that. Oh, goodness, no idea. No, sorry, yeah, I had to see it. I'm not sure. It's one thing if it's like some animal ripped another animal apart. It's like, okay, that'll happen. That looked like human, you know, when it's some douchebag drops like, oh, I can't even imagine what that was. I didn't, oh, that was horrible. But yeah, this facility right in here, see? See? Not sure if it's all vultures or something. But it's definitely some sort of effort at something. Which is, you know, probably should have had that down immediately, but you kind of just get in this thing. You're like, yeah, they're doing something. They got it fenced off. I'm doing something right now, I guess. Then it eventually goes, you know, I should probably just know what they're doing. Gee, somebody asks, like, is that where they're... I'm like, yeah, it is. You can't see nothing, but... Pretty nice, though. Especially you get some nice movement there like that. It just looks a lot better, doesn't it? Like life is moving on, and we're gonna get it by just fine. Glad it's not monkeys though, or something. Because if anything happened, it doesn't seem like there's anybody on top. You know, it could go on for a while before anybody even really knew. Got netting on the top. Not be it. Look at a tiny little bird up there. No, I think that might just be part of the branch. Would have been cute though. Bird, squirrel, baby. Cute. Because I started to think it could be a baby owl. I'm like, I don't think they make them that small. So I think it's the branch. But it looked like it was, you know, had a bird been standing right next to it, you would have been like, I don't know. See, pretty nice. They keep it pretty nice here, man. Come to this nice, newly added, I don't know if it's since I've been here. But anyway, nice fire pit, brand new. The only thing I don't like about this, eventually that's just going to become where it's a hazard. You know, the wood's going to rot. I just personally, I like that they did it, but I would sand with rocks. Having something permanent it just brings it. A, you didn't need it. B, it just makes it something certain people want to wreck, obviously, and then it just would have been better to make something distinct with some big rocks, you know, like all around the edge here or something, up to those trees somewhat. And then with sand and a fire pit, and there'd still be people, you know, I don't know. This is just broken glass. You know what I'm saying, I think. If you know what I'm saying, you know a good campfire atmosphere. You know, but it's beautiful right now. There's a breeze. A little bit of shade just changes the whole game. You know, it puts Florida in play pretty much year-round, just about. Where I'm at, I'm in this desert over there. It's amazing how when you get into this, it seems like, yes, if they have shade for you, it's gonna be instantly cost you. You know, so many levels. Pay to play. That's why I keep your taste simple. I love a cold shower. Keep telling yourself that. But in the long run, you kind of do have to see. She's probably producing something for markets or something. Probably travels around just making her own shit, selling it and living on her own terms, which may not include making your own stuff and traveling around, but it's probably better than the alternative. Yeah, I think most of us want to produce, you know. I'm kind of down on myself for still. I'm just torn, man, you know, just totally. It's like a sledgehammer on your soul. Diving into like a job where you have the opportunity to do 50, 60 hours a week, which is good cake. But then that's all your life is. And you're like in some job that means nothing to you. And you're like, God, I can barely move around now. I'm going to kill myself more, so beat up my body. But I do not possess enough money to never work again. Probably not enough for more than 3 months or something, but gotta figure it out. Nice. Pretty nice. They got all these. These are back to back. So I think you're looking at about 18 other spots. It adds up quick, doesn't it? God, this is pretty nice though. Nice shade. This is where that school bus was parked, like right there, right here where I'm at, for like a good long time, till about 2 weeks ago. It was a long school bus with a flat front. Huge tires though, you know. It's kind of a trade-off with that sort of thing. You know, the tires I have are already like 400 each or something. That's installed, I think, roughly. So, you know, I get 6. Those tires on that thing were considerably bigger than mine. crazy acres. Mona. That's it. It's Charlotte's Web Pub, 4.8 miles that way. And more or less straight over to the other side. Brings you into more or less Avon Park. You gotta go south a little bit to get to Sebring. And this is the desert, the RV desert. God, I got a good spot for a tree right in front of me too. It'd be perfect. Down here on the left. There's Claude and Shep.